Welcome back to South Dakota Living. Don't mind how I look right now. I have been in the garden all day long, but this is the end of June, so I'm going to switch the camera around and show you here what my garden is looking like. I turned on the sprinkler before I even thought of bringing you guys with me, so I'll just kind of show you half of it from outside the garden. So this is Elsa Craig onions. Hopefully you can see that with my hand out in the way. Doing good. This row here is shallots, and then at the end is some yellow Spanish and some red onions. This row here is kale, some giant variety I can't remember off the top of my head, and then a bunch of leeks all the way down. This row is peppers. I got all my hot peppers in the back. More of your medium to sweet over here. There is some okra growing in between each pepper. I'll get in here and get closer shots of everything, video of everything for you guys. But like I said, I turned on the water, so I don't want to step in there. Here is a couple okra plants. If you can see, there's one, and the rest is all different kinds of varieties of peppers, some Ashe County pimento and purple sparkling. Fried chicken, that's a really hot one. Then we've got, I think there's 6 cabbages. That's also a giant variety. A contest here with my uncle to see who can grow the heaviest cabbage. Don't think I'll win. He's pretty great at that. We're gonna give it a go. Then we got the Rhonda pickling cucumber right here on this little trellis. Broccoli, I think there's 8 broccoli plants. Then we've got a little dropped bean right. He wants to survive, let's let him. 2 zucchini, because I've learned my lesson, no more than that, otherwise I am putting it in people's cars like everybody else. Green beans, we've got a yellow variety, we've got dragon's tongue, and we have a green lake bush bean. And then this was a last minute here, honey nut squash. So I got 4 of those that are coming up. Have plenty of time. Same thing here, some watermelon that we started from seed. We've had a flip-flop in weather where the beginning of June was hot and then it got into your average, low 70s, so they're not really taking off. Looks like we're gonna get in the high 90s, close to 100 here next week, so that should help boost everything. So we'll walk along, some more varieties of watermelon to hopefully fill in this space. Cantaloupe that I'm going to train to go up the trellis is just kind of getting long enough here that we can go up a couple spokes. And then all the different varieties of tomatoes. Quite a bit. Can't remember how many I counted. I think in total, I have over 80 different varieties, and I'm not sure exactly how many, but that's between here and home. I'll show you here. We got 2 tomatoes vying for the first tomato of the year. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. There's a couple little ones, but it's about the size of my hand. Let's see if I can get my hand in there. It's about that big, and that is the Cherokee Pineapple Pink Cocktail. I believe that is a Bill Jeffers tomato. And we come down here. Let's go to this side. Let's see, here we go. Let's see if we can show you here really well. It's a little bit bigger. That one is Shake the Disease, and that is Bill Yoder's that he bred. That is my little garden here for June. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to show you how in a couple weeks just all the things that's taken off and how big everything is and just how much produce we're gonna get out of this garden. It's looking good. It's looking really good. Hi guys, welcome back. This is a couple days later, and I just wanted to show you my raised bed and containers that I have at home and how everything is doing here. Everything is getting bigger. Now this is kind of, like I said, this raised bed in my other video, this was a last minute project, and so when I was already kind of late to get everything in it because it took a while, you know, things needed to already be planted, so it's kind of turned into a chaotic jungle. Kind of love it too, but I already have other ideas for next year. We have the Adelaide Festival Dwarf. This is my micro multiflora called Paws Pride. That one, you can just look at all the buds. It's just amazing. It's already starting to get tomatoes on it. Now, I don't know how many of these blooms will fall off, but it's loaded right now. I also, like, I knew some of these marigold varieties were giants, but I guess my expectation of how big they were going to get wasn't that big, and they're still going strong. I believe these ones that are white are Kilimanjaro white. We have a last minute, where do I stuff her well, indeterminate tomato. There's snapdragons. You can see that there's watermelon trailing out of here. Same thing, just where do I stick it? It'll be fine, right? It's gonna be fine. Parsley, marjoram, sweet marjoram. I had cilantro, but I picked that. This is my Nano's meatball. Getting some in there. You might see some just random tomato cages thrown in here, and that's because the effin' bunnies are still being able to jump that far up, which is, you know, like, how high is that? It's just above my knee. Those little a-holes, and then they're digging holes, I don't know, to have their babies in, and I keep filling them in and chasing them out, and I have better things to do to destroy everything, so I just keep putting random objects down to keep them out of here. It's somewhat helping. We're winning there. Okay, and this is, I can't remember what this one is, if this is African marigold giant, something like that. It's huge. You can see how long it is. There is purple ruffled basil. This is my emerald green tower basil, and it really, like, this thing is huge, and it has taken forever to start bolting. It's starting, so we're just gonna pick some of that off. I really need to get to dehydrating some of this for dehydrating, freezing. I need to do something here because it's going to be a while before the tomatoes get going. One is my Prince Charming's Bastard. There's two micro dwarfs in here, just starting to get some tomatoes on them. This red variety of flowers called Strawberry Fields Amaranth. And then this is, back here is my burnt sugar dwarf, semi-dwarf. And there's some concentric cracking on the top, but it's starting to feel getting a little soft, so we're just waiting for it to start changing color. More purple ruffled basil. It's beautiful. It smells wonderful. Love the little purple speckles on everything. Then back here is my Burton's Baby Oxheart. More basil. This one is Strawberry Lemonade Dwarf, and it, on both plants, you can see nothing but flowers. There's no tomatoes yet, so this is gonna be, you know, a later in the season variety. I've got, looks like watermelon, trying to shoot out of every which way. All right, work on that later. Chives, sage, in between the watermelon, some more flowers. This one and this one is the J'adore. We're getting tomatoes on it. Tons of dill. Took out the garlic. It's getting a little wild. They're getting tall. Okay, over here in these little pots are snapdragons and calendula. More over here. So pretty to sit here on this side where it's just shaded in the afternoon. Here's my little pot with lavender and celosia, snapdragons. There's some more basil in there. Just shove it in where you can find a spot. Then over here is black hole sun and Carl's Emmentraub growing up here. This wooden type trellis. Just starting to get flowers. These ones don't seem like they're very productive, but hopefully they taste good. Over here's my cherry tomato alley. All the different kinds there. Starting to get, that one's glimmer. This one is turtle grape, I believe. Piglet Willie's French black. Rebel scum Wookie balls, just getting flowers going here. A few little tomatoes coming out. And the Sucre 25. This one is like, it's just foliage. And at the tops is where the tomato sets are starting. Again, not loaded, not very productive, but we are today now the beginning of July, so we'll see how that goes. Purple Royalty raspberries, they're really getting tall. Again, fence because of rabbits. I did throw some poppy seeds in here, and I don't think any of them grew. I think these are just weeds. I'm watching, waiting. There's not that many. Just kind of see what they turn out to be. Maybe I'll get some, maybe not. Then over here was this kind of last minute experimental on the south side of my shed. It doesn't get much sun, and you can see the difference here. That one's really small. That one is trying to grow. But over here behind me in that field, they were spraying, I'd say about 5 days ago. And I just noticed here that these leaves are growing like bubbles, if you can see that. It's thick, they're curled in, not doing well. So I'm wondering what kind of drift, what they were using. This one seems to be the worst affected, and like I said, not really growing. I suspect something is on it. Then we come over here, and the bottom leaves still look great, you know, where they can reach out and absorb the sun. But as we get to the top here again, hey, they're all curled in tight, like little hard bubbles. This is the same variety. It's not much of a loss. This is a bunch of wildflowers. Those look okay. You would assume, though, if these tomatoes were affected, which they're sensitive to sprays, you would think everything else would die off that's small and fragile, and I still don't see that. What do I know, right? Who knows? But looks sick. Then over here is just more of the same. Some flowers, some eucalyptus, some little baby lupine that are growing. And that's what I have at home. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. And please subscribe, hype, share, anything to help my little new baby YouTube channel. You can come along with me and see how my garden grows and all the projects that I have ahead.